Welcome to the reading of chapters 3 and chapter 4 of Decoding GLP-1. I am your host, Dave Knapp, man on the Manjaro. That's why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here, and you're probably here to get chapters 3 and 4. So we read last week for you chapters 1 and 2. Of course, as a quick background, for anyone who's sort of late to the party here, on the pen, our book that we wrote, Decoding GLP-1, a guide for friends and family of those on the pen, has been banned from the Amazon marketplace. We have submitted it again with a slightly tweaked title and some slightly tweaked content. Nothing super distinguishable for most people, but the title being the main thing that we've changed, as it seemed for some reason the word guide kept coming back in Amazon's response to me. So we'll see where this goes. But as a member of the OTP community had asked, if you want everyone to have a chance to read it, why don't you just make videos of yourself reading the book? So that's exactly what we're doing. So this is now going to have a playlist on YouTube. If you're just joining us, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have a lot of fun over on the YouTube channel, but you can essentially go back and get chapters 1 and 2. This is chapters 3 and 4. And without further ado, we will get right into it. On my journey to better this is chapter 3, the history of GLP-1 medications. On my journey to better understand the medications that were beginning to change my life and the lives of those in my growing online community, I took a deep dive into the science behind receptor agonists, glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1, and gastric inhibitory polypeptide, GIP. These medications are most commonly prescribed as semaglutide, the active pharmaceutical ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy, and tirzepatide, the active pharmaceutical ingredient in Mounjaro and Zepbound. Both GLP-1 and GIP are naturally occurring hormones released by our bodies in response to nutrient intake. As previously mentioned, these specific medications work by mimicking the incretin hormones in our bodies. But where did they come from? Are they brand new? Are they safe? How can we know the long-term effects? These questions led me to unpack the history and the mystery of these medications. My research led me to the fascinating story of exenatide, the earliest of all incretin mimetic drugs. Forget your presumptions about high-tech, futuristic-style laboratories. Instead, picture the arid deserts of the southwest United States and northern Mexico, home to the Gila monster, Heloderm suspectum. A slow-moving venomous lizard, this area holds the key to one of the modern medicine's and society's most unexpected breakthroughs. The evolution from Gila monster venom to a life-changing diabetes medication is largely credited to Dr. John Eng, an endocrinologist and researcher. In the early 1990s, while working at the Veterans Administration Medical Center in the Bronx, New York, Dr. Eng became intrigued by the potential medical applications of venom. His curiosity led him to study the Gila monster, a reptile known for its potent venom. Essentially, people would come into clinics and hospitals to be treated for Gila monster bites. Doctors and researchers noticed a pattern of low blood sugars in bite victims. Could this be a response to something in the venom? This observation sparked interest in the components of venom. The Gila monster produces a venom containing a variety of peptides. Among these, Dr. Eng discovered a peptide named Exendin-4, which bore a remarkable resemblance to a human hormone called glucagon-like peptide 1, or GLP-1. This hormone plays a crucial role in regulating blood sugar by enhancing insulin secretion in response to nutrient intake. What made Exendin 4 particularly intriguing was its longer duration of action compared to human GLP-1, suggesting it could be a powerful tool for managing blood sugar levels. Endogenous, naturally occurring GLP-1 has a half-life of mere minutes before being broken down, but Exendin 4 from the Gila monster showed a half-life of over 2 hours. In 1996, Dr. Ng's groundbreaking research was published, mesmerizing the pharmaceutical industry. Recognizing the massive potential of Exendin 4 in diabetes treatment, pharmaceutical companies began the extensive clinical trials to evaluate its safety and efficacy. The results were promising and would ultimately lead to the development of exenatide, a synthetic version of Exendin 4. In 2005, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved exenatide for the treatment of type 2 diabetes, marketed under the brand name Byetta. Exenatide was the first in a new class of drugs known as GLP-1 receptor agonists, or incretin mimetics. This approval marked a significant milestone in diabetes care, offering a novel approach to blood sugar management. Previously, type 2 diabetics relied on glucophage or synthetic insulin to control blood sugars. Unfortunately, glucophage can be incredibly hard on the body, and insulin typically leads to additional weight gain when patients first start the treatment. Patients on GLP-1s benefited not only from improved glycemic control, but also from weight loss, a significant advantage for those struggling with obesity and diabetes. This was a massive win for diabetes medicine, as obesity and type 2 diabetes are so closely related. GLP-1 receptor agonists appeared to be an approach offering a more comprehensive approach to type 2 diabetes care. Chapter 4: How GLP-1 medications work. Researching the science behind GLP-1 medications for my own understanding is a crucial part of my own journey. As someone with type 2 diabetes who also lives with obesity, my weight loss results have been less dramatic compared to others using incretin mimetics. This is not entirely surprising. 2 trials, Eli Lilly's tirzepatide studies SURMOUNT, focused on obesity, and SURPASS, focused on type 2 diabetes, found similar outcomes. They concluded that individuals with diabetes tend to lose less weight than those dealing with obesity alone, but they experience more significant benefits from better blood sugar control. When I first began using Mounjaro, I was somewhat bought into the idea that the medication would be a quick fix to a lifelong problem. In fact, very early on, I made a video posing that Mounjaro was indeed a silver bullet medication. For some, it does seem to provide exactly what they need to reach their goals by leveling the weight loss playing field. Yet, even for those in the On the Pen community who have seen great success, very intentional lifestyle and behavior changes have been required. These drugs are not a quick fix, nor are they a standalone solution to obesity. They do, however, represent a groundbreaking tool in the interventional arsenal for managing obesity and type 2 diabetes. As we continue to delve into their benefits and mechanisms, it will become clear that GLP-1 receptor agonists and similar hormone-mimicking drugs are changing the approach to obesity and diabetes management, offering hope to millions who have simply lacked the proper tools to achieve lasting success. Despite my deep desire for these medications to be my ultimate solution, I felt a much deeper curiosity about how they truly functioned. How could a single medication mimic the effects of bariatric surgery and help me achieve sustained weight loss, which had previously been so elusive? In order to better understand what promises these treatments held, I needed to do a deeper dive into the science behind these drugs. What I would ultimately discover was extremely promising. Here's what I learned. Essentially, it helps your body produce insulin when you need it, on demand. When you eat, GLP-1 levels naturally increase, signaling the pancreas to produce more insulin. This helps lower blood sugar levels by allowing glucose to be taken up by the cells for energy. GIP is another incretin hormone with similar functions. Both GLP-1 and GIP work synergistically to regulate blood sugar levels, promote satiety, and delay gastric emptying. This means that after a meal, these hormones help you feel fuller longer, reduce the rate at which your stomach empties, and ensure your blood sugar levels remain stable. They also act in the brain's hypothalamus, which, among other things, controls the feelings of fullness and satiation. The effectiveness of GLP-1 and GIP receptor agonists lie in their ability to mimic natural incretin hormones and in their resistance to being broken down by enzymes in the digestive tract. These medications are designed to have a longer duration of action than the body's own GLP-1, providing sustained benefits throughout the day. When you inject a GLP-1 receptor agonist, it travels through your bloodstream to various organs, including the pancreas, brain, and stomach. In the pancreas, the medication enhances the release of insulin in response to food, just like natural GLP-1. In the brain, it acts on appetite regulating centers, helping you feel full and reduce cravings. In the stomach, it slows down the emptying process, ensuring that you feel satisfied for a longer period after eating. One of the most remarkable benefits of GLP-1 medications is their impact on weight loss. Clinical trials and real-world evidence show that these medications can lead to significant and sustained weight loss. With the pharmaceutical incretin mimicking drugs, people experience exponentially more activity at the hormone receptors, with the activity acting for much longer. The result is a reduction in caloric intake. Earlier, I pointed out that the half-life of the naturally occurring hormones were mere minutes. In the case of tirzepatide, peak benefits of the drug last a full 5 days. In the case of semaglutide, Ozempic, and Wegovy, the peak benefits are experienced for an entire week, 7 days. Ultimately, this allows the body's system to experience the effects that lead to weight loss for a much longer duration and in much higher concentration than would be achievable with the naturally occurring hormones in the body. For many people, including myself, this has been a game changer. The ability to lose weight without the constant battle against hunger and cravings is truly life-changing. When the body stops constantly signaling to the mind that it's hungry, many users of these medications report feeling full for the first time. It's as if the signal was simply not there before, and only now has the noise in the mind been turned down to a level that allows them to freely focus on other aspects of their health. Oftentimes, this noise is referred to as food noise. Food noise is often described as a constant thoughts about eating. Many, including myself, describe thinking about the next meal before even completing the current meal. For people who experience food noise, this is perhaps one of the most freeing experiences enjoyed by users of these medications. But the benefits of GLP-1 medications extend far beyond weight loss. Research has shown that these drugs can also improve cardiovascular health. Studies have demonstrated that GLP-1 receptor agonists can reduce the risk of major cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks and strokes. This is particularly important because people with diabetes and obesity are at higher risk for cardiovascular disease. Additionally, GLP-1 receptor agonists have been found to have positive effects on blood pressure, cholesterol levels, inflammation, and sleep apnea. Perhaps even more exciting is the potential to reduce occurrences of the many cancers that are associated with obesity by treating obesity with these medications. These combined benefits make incretin mimetic medications a powerful tool in managing not only diabetes and obesity, but overall health. I'll just pause this moment to ask you to hit the thumbs up button if you are enjoying the reading of this book. There are ongoing studies suggesting that GLP-1 medications like semaglutide may also play a role in reducing amyloid plaque in the brain, a significant factor in the development of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Recent research has shown promising results indicating that these medications could potentially offer neuroprotective benefits. This expanding area of study highlights the potential for GLP-1 medications to impact not only metabolic health, but also cognitive health, offering new hope for those at risk of neurodegenerative conditions. As these studies continue, they may open up new avenues for treatment and prevention, further emphasizing the importance of these medications in the broader health context. The effectiveness of GLP-1 receptor agonists is not just supported by scientific research, but also by countless real-world success stories. When I started taking Mounjaro, I was inspired by the stories of others who had experienced remarkable and seemingly impossible transformations. People who had struggled with their weight for years, just like me, were finally finding success with these medications. Many of them have been kind enough to share their stories with On the Pen and are readily available to watch at onthepen.com. Clinical trials have consistently shown outstanding results. For instance, the Novo Nordisk SUSTAIN 6 trial, which evaluated the effects of semaglutide on cardiovascular outcomes, found that participants experienced significant weight loss and a reduction in cardiovascular events. Another study, Lilly's SURPASS 2 trial, compared tirzepatide and semaglutide and found that tirzepatide led to greater weight loss and improved glycemic control. These trials and real-world experiences underscore the transformative potential of incretin mimetics. For many, these medications offer a new lease on life, finally providing the meaningful tools needed to achieve sustained weight loss and better overall health. And that will take us to chapter 5. Once we get to 200 likes on this video, we will go ahead and release chapters 5 and chapter 6. We are working on getting a new version of this up on Amazon. So depending on when you are watching this video, if you're watching it on demand after we were streaming live tonight, you may be able to find it. Just look for the words Decoding GLP-1. If this does not get accepted by Amazon, we're actively looking at ways that we can sell it at onthepen.com. But thank you for hanging out with me tonight on this Sunday night. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll give it a thumbs up if you did. It'll really help the algorithm. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking of the book so far. If you've picked it up, let me know in the comments as well, and let me know what you thought of the book. But thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we will see you this week, which is sure to be a news-packed week. Stay tuned at onthepen.com. We'll catch you on the next one, my friends.